Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Dutch voters have begun 4 days of voting across the European Union, with exit polls suggesting a tight race between a left-green alliance and the party of anti-Islam populist Geert Wilders.
All over the European Union, so the people are waking up.
Right-wing and far-right parties are widely expected to make big gains in many of the EU's 27 member states. Although the Green Labour alliance is set to take more seats in the European Parliament, according to the exit poll, Mr Wilders' Freedom Party is on course for big gains. But he has not repeated the runaway victory of last November's general election. Under European law, final results are not released until every country has voted late on Sunday evening. Some 373 million Europeans are eligible to vote in the world's second biggest democratic election after India. The US has told Israel it must be fully transparent over an airstrike that reportedly killed at least 35 people at a central Gaza school packed with displaced people on Thursday morning. Local journalists said a warplane had fired 2 missiles at classrooms on the top floor of the school in the Nuseirat urban refugee camp. The Israeli military said it had conducted a precise strike on a Hamas compound in the school, but Gaza's Hamas-run government media office denied the claim. The US called on Israel to identify publicly the Hamas fighters it said it had killed, just as the Israeli military gave the names of 9 of them. President Cyril Ramaphosa has said South Africa's African National Congress will invite other political parties to form a government of national unity.
We have therefore agreed that we will invite political parties.
It comes after last week's election in which the ANC lost its majority for the first time since the end of the racist system of apartheid 30 years ago. Mr Ramaphosa called for a national dialogue to help rebuild social cohesion after a toxic and divisive election campaign. Political parties have just over a week to form a government before Parliament convenes to elect the president. Narendra Modi, leader of the BJP party, is set to take oath as India's Prime Minister for a record-equalling 3rd term on Sunday. A senior party leader said that the ceremony would take place at 6 p.m. local time. On Tuesday, a BJP-led coalition, the National Democratic Alliance, won the general election with 293 seats. The results were unexpected as the BJP did not win an outright majority, as several exit polls had predicted. Hunter Biden's ex-girlfriend has testified that she panicked when she searched his car and found a gun, a moment that set off a chaotic string of events that has brought the president's son to a federal courtroom. Hallie Biden, who is also the widow of the defendant's late brother Beau, said that she had discovered the revolver amid piles of clothes and litter in the glove compartment of Hunter Biden's truck. The Delaware court will begin hearing from 2 more witnesses on Friday as prosecutors present their remaining evidence to jurors. It is unclear if Mr. Biden himself will testify in what is the first trial for the son of a sitting US president. Rishi Sunak says it was a mistake to leave D-Day commemorations in France early. Mr. Sunak returned to the UK early on Tuesday, and it later transpired he'd taken part in an election interview. After apologising, Mr. Sunak says people can judge me by my actions when it comes to supporting the armed forces.
As I said, the itinerary for these events was set weeks ago before the general election campaign. I participated in events both in Portsmouth and in France, and having fully participated in all the British events with British veterans, I returned home before the International Leaders event. That was a mistake, and I apologise for that.
And daily new temperature records have been set across the US Southwest as dangerous heat plagues the region.
And we begin tonight with a record-breaking day of heat across Arizona.
Among Thursday's record-setting locations was Phoenix, where the heat hit 111 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 45 degrees Celsius, and 11 people were taken to hospital while waiting to attend a Donald Trump rally. National Weather Service alerts remain in place on Friday. Scientists say extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and intense as a result of climate change. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.